Hello everyone. Let's get started immediately as due to delays of course. But uh welcome back to the BB nope not BB. The slow. Uh yeah, you're looking at the Sandfront right now. First week runs are the ones that didn't get it last time. So I'm sorry, Nutcap. Here's your car. The shed is surprisingly okay. It's not the worst thing I've ever driven. It's surprisingly stable. It felt fast, but apparently wasn't because it got 16th. That's not good. But I mean, it's midfield. It's better than it's better than the Grizzly Wear at least. Next, Winspeed Tolo. It got 13. Yeah, this is even worse. I mean, it's crappy. It does move. Look at how boring it is. I'm swerving it just to see how much speed I have. But come on, look at it. 10 out of 10, bro. Look, I'm trolling. It's me. Epic better at this moment. But yeah, just take a look. It's barely doing 42. Yeah, I had to do some shenanigans to actually have some fun in this car. But how long is this clip? Is this too long? I don't know, man. Boring car. That's all I have to say. Next is the Conquer Mars Yellow GTC by Shib, aka half my car, I guess. I didn't make it, but the names are all mine. So that's sad. Anyways, Shibble said this car can't get out of first gear. Well, apparently it could. It's really hard. You have to do some black magic fuckery with the clutch, but eventually you can do it. But this thing is otherwise still horrible. It got sixth due to incredibly undrivable it is. It's extremely unstable. Really wants to flip. Goes fast in a straight line, but I mean, look at it. Okay, and now we head to the Big Eight, where we start with the Augustus Parasia Roadster, which is horrible, really bad. This is atrocious. On road it was bad enough, but on a rally cars, whoa, this is unacceptable levels of bad. I never want to drive this ever did. Look at how much slides. Even on the asphalt, on the dirt, it's way worse. I did all I could to keep it under control, and it did end up going fastest. Oh yeah, one more thing. The times here are the overall times plus styling. But don't know why it's a... No, that makes sense. No, yeah, those are just the overall times. So that's where you finished. Next, Tequila Stormlight again, which, similar to the last car. Bit boring, uh, just as bad in terms of handling. Fast in a straight line. Surprisingly fast actually. Expect to be way slower, but yeah, it still sucked. That doesn't say that's good. It's incredibly unstable and extremely boring. But it does take the jumps well. Maybe. I don't know. It looks like it takes the jumps well. And it's one of the only cars that made it to the second one in 45 seconds. Or the third one, depending on what you want to call it. Next car, AMCW Rucasira MR4 Turbo by Madrias. Yeah, pretty decent. I mean, I really enjoy it. I'm definitely tuning this car myself for my own personal use. It's great, really good rally car. Sort of drives like the Peugeot 205, the GTI, not the T16. But yeah, it's great. Really fun, not what I expected. It's somehow slower than the Kisa, but it did the job. It really gets around well and it's really stable. It's all-wheel drive, mid-engine, fast on the straights. I mean, not very, but it's acceptable. It's not like the car's coming up now. It almost flipped there though, which proves it's not yet fast enough. It needs few more power. Next, very cool, very fast V12. Um, car. Okay, next car. Partner Gazdo Scan Fan. I just called it the Scan Fan because I was really expecting more of this car. It was actually okay on the road sheet. It's just kind of boring here. It doesn't strike me as anything special. Just goes. I mean, next to that, it almost flipped there. That would have been really hilarious. But yeah, just it just cars good enough. It's not exceptional, I guess. It didn't really feel like it was going to flip. It felt like it was going to front flip, not roll. But it's decent enough, I guess. Though it feels more like a scam van than a scam van. Surprisingly decently fast now I look at it. But oh. Next, it's Kayumi Palace. Sad egg emoji. Is there a sad egg emoji? I don't think there is. Is there? You're gonna have to inform me on this because I legitimately don't know. Anyways, decent enough, similar to the last time I drove it, which means it's a bit drifty, but yeah, it's just sad. If it had more power, it'd be great, and maybe some better tires. But yeah, it's fun. I really enjoy it. I'll probably drive this one again too. Just ignore how unstable it is. I'd probably give it some wider rear tires, but yeah, it's decent enough. Great to just drive around somewhere. And it's fast enough to be acceptable. Next, Hungry Happy Hippos Primus Cognoscenti. This is probably what it gets for entering all those better deals. But I guess it's okay. It does the job. Same as before. It's cars enough. It moves. And it has 4 wheels. So that's better than most cars here. So that does the job. And I really like the, is it an advanced automatic? I think it's an advanced automatic. But that really helps with being able to shift up and down. Helps going faster, more fun than automatic. But I guess I asked you guys to make the worst cars, so that's not good. Next, Alaris Hybrid Tech Demonstrator Shibusa, the other QFC organizer. Good job. 2 QFC organizers in a row. I'm not sure if that's a good thing because you're both all the way in the back. But yeah, same as the previous car, I guess. It's very similar in terms of driving, very similar in terms of performance. This one just less torque, so it moves a bit less. But next to that, they're incredibly similar. Don't know why I hit the bump there, but it felt fun. And the interior is still really nice, so I guess that's something. But it's really not memorable. Next, Tower Works, which is absurdly loud for some reason. Yeah, same as before, hilarious, really fun. Limo that drifts. You can't beat that, can you? Yeah, took the jumps surprisingly well for such a long car. That will definitely change for the later cars, the long ones, the other limos. But yeah, decent outcome, I'd say. I mean, look at that drift, sick drift. This is Tokyo Initial D. Surprisingly, it's really slow, which didn't feel like it. But apparently it is. But it was like that before too, so not what I expected. Next, Globus Ogni Ghost by Adrian River. It's a bus again, it's not much to say. Though I will say, I mean, I'll let you watch for a bit, then I'll say. Stuff keeps falling off. What is it made out of? Plastic? Or what, foam? I feel like it could break this thing in half on the jumps because it feels safe. I feel like if the passengers are in there, they die by hitting their head on the roof, or the roof would fall off before they would die. But it's drivable, I guess. Actually got the same time as the previous car overall, so that's the first. Oh god, loud. Next, CVT Industries Amogus by Nutter. Sus, Among Us. I guess it's okay, not much to say. Suspension is soft enough to make it drivable, though it's not like some of the cars coming out. But yeah, it's okay. It's drivable. It goes. It's one of the cars of all time. There's not much else to say next to that. Look, how do you want me to give me? Look, no. How should I give commentary? I'm going under 50 miles per hour almost constantly. I've never pressed the brake pedal. I can't exactly tell if a car handles well enough. And here's the second sand frog here of the day by Nakapiga. I didn't actually say what I thought about styling last time. I think it looks sick. Come on, it's a box on wheels. You couldn't get any better than that. It's futuristic. Futuristico. But it felt fast again. Yeah, I didn't change actually some of the texts of the cars because, well, some of them just felt the same on multiple tracks. But it felt okay, I guess. It felt faster than it actually was. But yeah, if I look at the straight line speed, it's extremely slow. But it took the jumps, so that's something that can't be said for the later cars, so I guess that's all. But it's good, I like it. Next, Compromise Theology. Again, come on, Scholar Mode. But, oh come on, what do I even have to say about this thing? It's surprisingly drivable, but I'm pretty sure the time on this track was actually decently fast. It's just due to the last track, it got, yeah, that's why I didn't fall back as much as it did. But yeah, now it takes the corner really fast. The wheels actually touch the ground now compared to before. That's something. Still incredibly unstable, but it's way better than before due to the bankings. So it's actually drivable. Recommended. I mean, recommended who actually is going to drive these cars. Alta Wagen Dora 9000 Plus. Dora the Explorer. That's all I have to say about it. It's just same as before essentially. Way too little power, has enough grip to get around the corners. Yeah, not much else. It's van. Van that drives. That's it. The top-down view there, don't know why I selected it, but it felt good. Yeah, but yeah, look, it's barely hitting 40 there. It gets around the corner really well. So I guess if I put in a huge V8 in it, it might drive okay. But yeah, I don't expect much from it, and you shouldn't either. It doesn't actually take that jump there. I think that's the first car so far to not take it. Next, Drone Cab EX001 by Madrias again. Oh, I didn't even realize how slow that launches. And how wide those rear tires. That's weird. Anyways, yeah, it's crap. Simple as that. It's a pod. It drives like a pod. It feels like a pod. It's as fast as a pod. And it's as useful as a pod. So I wouldn't have considered owning this. But as a taxi service in California, this would be extremely useful. I will call Elon Madroyas for his contact number, and he will sell me the car. I will deploy it all over California. That's all I have to say about it. Next, Buck Diamond Supermax, or is the Diamond? I don't know, man. He called it a Diamond. He's misspelled it probably, but who cares? It's okay, I guess. Felt garbage, of course. It's still slow challenge. Suspension is horrible. Way too soft. Way too heavy. But it did flip. It was stable enough to get around the corner. Probably has to do with the banking. But yeah, could be worse. The suspension is way worse now that I look at it again. But yeah, it looks like it goes on 3 wheels constantly. Let's see if it takes a jump. Almost. Was very disappointing. Very disappointing. Next, Winspeed Trollolo by Ludwig. Ludwig. Is it Ludwig? Or Ludwig? I don't know. Yeah. Again, incredibly forgettable. Does barely move, scrapes on the ground, barely gets up the hills. Let's see, does it get up the hills? It does. But barely. It barely moves. I wouldn't ever want to drive this. But you trolled me good, so I take it. It's better than not getting. It's a better deal than not getting them, guys. Actually, I'm not sure about that, because I would rather not drive any of these cars again. So it may be better if I didn't get any, because it wasn't the plan to get so many cars. Anyways, next. Oh god, that's loud. My own car, Luxury Grand Prix. The monstrosity that is. I never want to drive this again. If I have to give it to the worst car of the entire challenge, it has to go to this. I'm sorry. It's that fast. It really. I had to drive like half an hour for it to actually get a lap in. It really is that bad. It so I eventually I just ended up limping it around the track in first gear, giving it 5% throttle. Even that was too much for that sometimes. If you give 100%, you essentially have a death wish. You'll end up off the track. I almost did a decently fast run once, but then I tried giving it full blast in the last corner, but that didn't end well. Okay, coconut. Forgettable. I guess it's 3 wheeler, so that's slightly interesting. But this car really likes to destroy my performance. I don't know what or why, but look at it, it's almost unwatchable. In fact, it'll become unwatchable after this. It's just specifically this car and maybe a Hummer, but yeah, this thing just kills your performance. Is there a virus in it? Look at this. Come on. It's like a nuke went off. But guess I could have just crashed my game too. Even worse. Next, Vostok Millennium GT by Danny Copter. This time I actually got the number. Yay! Anyways, yeah, no torque. Really no torque. I can't actually see how much torque it has. I think it says 30. But yeah, really not good. Really, really bad. It doesn't move. It has enough grip. So yes, okay. Though it is extremely forgettable. So for these cars I just push them to the limits when I know they have no torque. And look how slow those gear shifts are. Horrible. Never had a car with such slow gear shifts. Actually, the Kia Eco Retro Future or whatever it is might get close. But yes, actually that's the next car. That's unexpected. But yeah, I'll let you appreciate this launch again. Yeah, yes. Epic launch. The downhill really helps it, but yeah, it's still barely moves. When it gets up to speed again, it's okay. But the torque levels are atrocious. I've never driven a car with so little torque. I think it says 9 pound-feet of torque. I can't actually tell, but yeah, really bad. Really, really bad. Actually, I just realized something. Why is it color? Okay, new session. Let's see. Next car. It's Velocitron Velo Disaster 2000, which is yeah. I just took my pills, so I'm gonna be very high. I don't remember what I said before. It's at least very bad. It's not good. Very wheel spinny, not good, and not good essentially. Not good. Suspension doesn't exist. That's probably the main problem. And of course the engine. But ChatGPT's got to kill us all, guys. Look, guys, it's new military technology. Look, it's so fast. It'll beat every single race car in the world. We can't trust it. We need to destroy it. Let's see if it makes a jump. Almost. Order please. 3,000. Yeah, forgettable. Another forgettable. It's like every 2 cars here is forgettable. It's not very interesting to say the least. That's because they barely move. But I guess it's alright enough. Gets up the hills, it sort of moves, it gets to the corner well enough. It's not stable, but yeah, it felt the same as every other car essentially. Not much else to say, I guess. Just enjoy watching it. It's quite a loud tear noise. I don't know why I chose that camera of all of them, but yeah. Next, big Hummer bumper. Big Hummer bumper, guys. Yeah, terrible. Really bad. What is wrong? The steering is completely non-existent essentially. It seems like it doesn't work. Or yeah, it just wobbles, so you can't get around the corner. The banking sort of helps it out, but even then, it's near uncontrollable to fit. Sometimes it feels like it's going right when you're steering left. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's what happens when you make a completely broken car, a completely broken body, I guess. Barely gets up the jump, completes length. But next, the Stigma Fallow by Haberboda. Yeah, terrible. Extremely similar to the next car, Uzo, so which got second actually. I think you can guess which car got first already. But yeah, it's really slow. Uh, yeah, not much to say. Looks crap, moves crap. Uh, no, it doesn't move crap. Moves nothing. Actually, does it? It has stuff on the move, but might not move crap. Or is the box filled with crap? I don't know, man. But it's not good. It's very slow. It barely got up the hill. Look at this. Oh, not a fun though. Uzo the clown. Anyways, yeah, way slower than expected again. Definitely barely got up the hill. That's the main thing I realized, and it's extremely shaky. Probably because of the scraping, but it's decent enough, I guess. Could be worse. Could be way worse. But I mean, could it be way worse? It got second. Can't be much worse. I guess it couldn't have gone up a bit, but yeah, similar to the last car essentially. Not much to say. Something weird going on with the rear tires though. I don't know what's going on with the grip there, but that has to do with how thin they are. Barely any grip there, but it's so slow, it doesn't really matter. And finally, Exterminator by Lazzi. I have been calling them Lacy all this time. It's Lazzi apparently, so I apologize. But yeah, not much to say. It's extremely terrible. All I said last time will essentially apply to it, but way worse now due to how little power it is and how badly it corners. So dirt absolutely ruins the grip. Did I actually take the bank here? Yeah, I did. But yeah, it's so bad. I never want to drive this again. I mean, constantly essentially stuck in first gear or second gear. But next to that, there's not much to say. I guess it's decent enough to get around the track. But that's it. It's the slow done. There's all the full times. The full results will be in the Discord tomorrow, probably. I'm not sure, but they will be there. Thanks for competing, everyone. I'm extremely sorry for all the delays, and if I sound yeah, so take that. But before I go, I have a short announcement. Just some advertising, I guess. But we need some entries for the GTC. Essentially, it's a challenge. You enter your own cars, of course, it's automation. But we put them in another game and we let them race. Essentially, think CCC, but different. But and it's really in depth and stuff. We do driver markets, driver academies. We make our own tracks, that kind of stuff. So if you'd like to enter, I'll put a link in the description. We need one or two more users right now, so maybe you won't be able to enter this season, but you should be able to enter next season. So if you're interested, go check her out, and I'll just let the footage play now as I go. Goodbye, everyone. See you, and I will return soon, I think.